Welcome, Crystal Gate. I'm playing From Glory to Go campaign, Mission 4. For the next mission, I can tell you which captain to not use, that's the xenobiologist. I'm going to use the roboticist because this mission is about his wife, so that makes sense to me. The reason you shouldn't pick the xenobiologist is because her nursery just doesn't work against ranged units very well. They just get shot down and killed pretty much immediately. The ships are still mostly garbage. For the common mission, the hardest part is at the beginning, so I just pick the smaller ship and save the bigger one for later. I don't really have access to any good units right now anyways to spend on, so well. The Sula production one is probably worth taking. In manufacturing buys are my favorite because I like having more economy, and I'm just removing a few unnecessary parts. This is mostly to don't use up crew and energy on cannons and the thruster. We're getting some great new tech here. Yeah, we don't need any tampers here. This is a good thing because the mission would probably have been nearly impossible otherwise.
We're under attack.
The androids guarding this crash site here is not any threat to the captain. They do just 1 damage per shot and go down quickly, but there are a few stronger units as well to look out for. Like this heavy android.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
This shows what the RFI are about. They are trying to protect humans, but they do so in a very cool and calculated way. They may also have other idea about what safe means. Anyway, what happened here is that the path to this place got blocked off now.
Affirmative. As you wish. Commencing. All right.
But you should send up the captain and then send the captain back here, which is what I'm going to do.
Follow me.
I also don't recommend sending any other troops here. The troops that are dropped, they are more than capable of handling this. Also, the cutscene returned the game to normal speed. It will take some time before I notice it.
We're under attack.
As you wish.
Follow me. Go, confirm.
The place I'm sending my captain to is where the RFI will send enemy armies to attack. You really want to have the captain there to defend against the first 1 or 2 waves. Otherwise you will be in problem.
Follow me, of course.
As affirmative. As engage. As you wish. Affirmative.
Right now it's a bit of an economy race. What I really want to do is to get
Engage. As you wish.
well, some effort income, but also a factory up and running and cannons researched somewhat soonish. If you're playing a survival map, you don't need cannons against the first wave. But in this campaign, you absolutely do want cannons against the very first wave.
Engage. Commencing.
Using a lot of landmines can work though.
We're under attack.
This is why you really need to have the captain here. If I didn't have the captain and I had been assaulted by this force, there's no way any of my starting units could have defended against it. And I really would not recommend trying to get up barracks early and that way try to pump enough units to fend them off. That's way too much of an economic waste, especially on higher difficulties. I make a mistake with mine there, or mine. We'll see later, but it's very poorly placed.
Confirmed.
Alright. Alright. Alright.
I noticed that I didn't have effort, so I decided to build something else. But funny thing is, the effort from the ship did actually bring me above 300, so I could have built the factory a bit earlier, but it ended up not really mattering.
We're under
Affirmative.
attack.
Move. Affirmative.
This is also one reason that you really want the Corvus cannon.
Copy. Go, go, go.
I could probably have handled it with a captain and some walls. Because the androids would have kept shooting at the walls rather than the captain. But still, this would have been pretty intense without the Corvus cannon. I absolutely recommend taking it.
Engage. Alright. Alright. As you wish.
I got a machine gun for the captain level up, and that means I can just sell the laser off, because the machine gun does pretty much everything the laser does better. I am a bit late with getting the cannons up, but it's actually better being. It's best to be as late as possible without being too late, because that means you spend more time getting your economy up.
Go, go, go.
I absolutely do need to get a cannon up here as well. The time when the captain can defend against the RFI is rapidly nearing an end.
Engage.
I just realized something.
I in progress.
The roboticist does start with a flying unit. Should just test out and see what happens if I use the roboticist on Creeping Sanctuary. If I can fly over the indoor walls or something. They were very careful about not letting me recruit flying units from the Nomads.
As you would engage.
Ready.
As you wish. Alright. Commencing. Commencing.
first wave is finished and the second wave comes already at cycle 53.
Engage.
This campaign absolutely loves to give you far less time than you have in any survival map.
We're under attack.
Yeah, here's the problem with the mine. There's a lot of ore that I didn't mine. I got only less than 1 ore per cycle from that mine, and then there's
Affirmative.
a factory too, so
Affirmative.
it's a little bit better.
All right. All right.
Oh, if you don't have the Corvus cannon, you could probably substitute with the ship cannon from this ship. That said, I prefer getting manufacturing modules rather than cannons, but there are a lot of people who really do like the cannons. I'm researching commandos, and those are, in my opinion, best units here right now.
We're under attack.
Uh-oh, no life sign detected from the crash site.
Engage. Affirmative. As you wish. Engage.
Extreme contingency for the fleet, that must be the RFI. The RFI basically going a bit strange.
As you wish.
Of course.
We're under attack.
Follow me. Affirmative.
Of course.
All right. Move. Move.
Of course. Follow me. Follow me.
And this is one annoying thing here.
Confirm. Copy.
The rocket droids are going to shoot from outside the vision range, and there isn't really anything I can do about this.
On my way. Copy.
would have been great if
Follow me.
could get one of those towers, which would have let me see the enemies, because my cannons can shoot far further than they can see. Oh yeah, there's a lot of geysers on this map. So once you unlock the ability to harvest water from them,
Okay.
you're pretty good to go as far as water goes. You don't really need to go back to grass.
Of course, follow me.
There's a question mark on the mini-map, and that question mark represents RFI buildings that I can destroy as an optional objective. And I need to destroy them before the third wave.
Orders received.
I place a factory on the northern base because I don't think that anything that gets sent there through the relay or whatever it is will actually go through factory. Can't think of it. I'm not sure that. Let's see where this mineral goes. Oh yeah, it does go into the factory. Okay, I took some beating with the captain down here, but well.
Orders received.
When it comes to waves on the campaign, assuming you're picking like the hardest difficulty, I would say that the waves tend to be like one wave stronger. The first wave has the strength of wave 2
We're under
on
attack.
survival. The second wave is as strong as wave 3, and
Engage.
We're under attack.
probably so on for
Affirmative.
a while. No, actually, I think it eventually
Commencing.
stops being a case.
Let's move.
Confirmed. Copy.
We're under attack.
But yeah, the waves are much stronger in the campaign than in survival.
Affirmative.
This is on top of the fact that the campaign often gives you less time.
On my way.
The third wave would have come at like cycle 100
Okay.
or something there in a survival map. We're already getting it.
Orders received.
Follow me. Okay.
Well, we're getting it on 78, so
Follow me. Copy.
we have 20 cycles, approximately less to prepare for, well, wave more or less wave 4, when we in survival only would have needed to prepare for wave 3.
Orders received.
Well, it is wave 3, but the strength of the wave is probably more online with
Okay.
strength
Follow me.
4. Wave 4 on survival, so yeah. The campaign does not mess around when it comes to difficulty.
Follow me. Follow me.
Follow me. Let's move.
If you're able to beat the campaign at the hardest difficulty, you're over prepared for survival.
Go, go, go. Copy. Follow me. Go, go, go. Orders received. On my way. Orders received. Follow me.
What's coming here is the wave that's assaulting my base,
We're under attack.
and I'm just withdrawing
Follow me.
my army. It's far better if my 2 cannons handle them.
Okay. Okay. Of course. Follow me.
We're under attack.
Follow me. Okay.
Okay, there's a flak gun shooting at my troops.
Got it. Go, go, go.
There's a very obvious solution to that flak gun that I'm completely missing and basically losing my army. I do fortunately have most of it already, but yeah, Corvus Cannon. Should have just withdrawn and waited for the Corvus Cannon to finish that flak gun off.
On my way. Orders received.
We're under attack.
Orders received. Orders received.
I'm 10 cycles
Orders received.
away from... 8 cycles away from the last wave. Then of course there's some time until I defeat the wave. The mission won't end until the wave is defeated. Still, I need to hurry somewhat destroying this
On my way.
optional objective.
On my way. On my way. On my way. Attack. Attack. Attack.
We're under attack.
Fine.
Orders received. Orders received. Orders received. Orders received. On my way.
We're
Orders
under
received.
attack.
As you wish. Ordered.
Orders received. Orders received. On my way. On my way. Orders received. Attack. Orders received. Attack. Orders received. Orders received.
I have really only one more building to destroy, I think, to clear the optional objective.
Orders received. Attack. Orders received. Orders received. Orders received. Attack. On my way. On my way. On my way.
We're under
Orders
attack.
received.
We're under attack.
Affirmative. Commencing.
Orders received. On my way.
Normally I would have moved my units to help defending against the wave, but I'm pretty much cut off. There are another ways, so I might have been able to have the unit pat around, but well.
On my way.
Confirmed. Moved. Confirmed. Moved. Confirmed.
Attack. Orders received. Attack. On my way. Orders received. On my way. On my way. On my way.
Yes.
Affirmative.
I don't think we've heard about the Papilio drive before, so not sure what the Papilio drive is. Maybe I missed something. the smiley face robot. Automaton. We do have a new side mission, robot, which I really recommend. You get more than just resources. Now there are a few things we can check here. I have now removed the sensor from that told that he lost his wife. From the text here, from the text from the campaign, we can now conclude that the reason that the robots transform into war machines is deliberate from Kira's side. She activated them basically when she went down. I still don't know what the Papilio drive really is. Papilio drive is very random. It gives you both bonuses and penalties if you play with the AI. Random bonuses and random penalties. There you get to pick one of 3 options. Anyway, see you next mission where we try out robots.